Unless you're gay. That made me think of, and yes, what I'm about to say is an actual thing. In one of the James Bond, before the movies, those were like novels. In one of the James Bond novels was a lesbian, and
the villain had his elite group of basically spies were a group of lesbians, except James Bond, he ended up sleeping with the leader of this group because he was so manly and masculine, he made her straight.
Ha! Ha! That's all I gotta say about that one.
Yeah.
Ha!
That was a different time.
There's also a character in the James Bond franchise named Pussy Galore.
I don't know how I even respond to that.
Yeah,
the best part is the Austin Powers movie. The Pussy Galore parody is, I believe, Lot of Vagina. That's more subtle. The James Bond one is Pussy Galore. And then,
hey Jiminy, I kind of forgot you
done
were
at a
here.
reasonable price.
then we have the villain of the one movie. It's Octopussy. I found out that was a female villain. I was like, ooh.
That makes sense.
Boy, that is not a good name.
That is not a good name.
Octopussy?
This is what happens when your source material was made by a crazy sexist racist in the 40s.
Are we sure that we're not talking about Austin Powers novels?
No!
No!
That's the bad part!
Pussy Galore and Octopussy are James Bond characters.
That's the bad part here. Do we do anything in Twilight Town?
I'm thinking either. I want to say that in this world, I literally only go to one area.
What?
So, can we even call this a world?
Can we just so I'm not the type of individual to always be talking about bad. But why do nobodies exist?
They're the bodies. They're left behind in the hearts.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
They have no purpose. They're literally just there.
Why don't I try to
When
They're literally there to be intelligent villains.
Yes.
Here's the best way I can think of to
No,
That's literally all they're there for. They're literally just there to be heartless that can think instead of just making heartless that can think.
Yeah.
Why?
Because music, they couldn't just reuse Disney villains because we beat them all.
Let's go fight that white mushroom, man. You going to
The interesting thing about the nobodies, you can say the smart thing, except something you might not remember
They
is
give you the kingdom key again.
What?
The card you just got was the kingdom key.
I mean, you can't really discriminate where you're at.
I just kind of thought there was a certain point where you would end up with certain keyblades just being better than others.
Not really.
what I was going to say.
Some do more damage, and I'm kind of at the point where it's like, man, why wouldn't I just use that?
If you remember, the run-of-the-mill nobody types exist. And they have the equivalent to Heartless. Because the explanation they went with, they took a logic standpoint of what happens to the bodies of people who lose their hearts. The regular nobodies exist in tandem with the super smart ones. The interesting thing that they established, if your heart is powerful enough, your nobody retains some of your human form and memories and is not just one of the run-of-the-mill basic ones that are the equivalent of a Heartless.
They turned into the Heartless bosses, except with a brain.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically a way to come up with new villains that were...
They had a brain.
Yes.
So, and that's why my question is, how and
Why
where do
don't
they
Heartless
get
just
their
have
weapons?
brains?
Because he wanted to make something to add Heartless, I guess.
And actually, we have, I don't know how canon this is.
I think he just wanted to make something convoluted.
Yeah, well, you want to make
So that we could basically sit there and say, oh, well, guess what? Plot point: if you kill a Heartless and a nobody, they turn back into the person.
Well, I think he also wanted to do it because he wanted to make Roxas.
Also, we
He
have.
wanted to explain why Roxas was Sora.
Also, we actually do.
Well, I don't know, because then he turned around and said that basically, without saying it, said that Roxas was actually Ventus.
At the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, if Roxas was just Sora's nobody, because Sora turned into a Heartless for that one moment.
That's what it used to be.
Yeah.
Well, at this point,
You are correct, and that's where it made sense.
Well, at this point, I think everyone's basically unanimously decided that Roxas isn't Sora's Heartless, or isn't Sora's nobody, because that doesn't even make sense. Because if he was Sora's nobody, how could Sora come back?
Magic.
Because he should be Sora's body, but he's not.
And now we're getting into the whole thing of why does Terranort look like Terra?
Why does Ventus look like
It's not
Roxas?
Terra.
That is Terra.
No, the better question is why does
By the logic by what people just said, on that logic, Roxas looks like Ventus because he's Ventus,
no?
and he would be Ventus's nobody.
Yeah, the better
No,
question.
he
well,
is
yeah,
Ventus's nobody.
That would mean that
The
Terranort
difference-
should be Xehanort's nobody.
No, Terra.
What is Xehanort's nobody?
But it's Terra.
Well, yeah, because it's still Terra's heart.
It's just
He-
Xehanort's
If anything,
body.
No,
it would make
Xehanort
more
took over
sense
Terra.
It would make more sense at this point that Terra, because at this point there is no difference between Terra and Xehanort's heart.
we fault him not.
There is no difference between Terra and Xehanort's heart.
We fault him not.
The difference
Even
being, for some reason, there's a distinction between Ventus and Sora's heart, because Ventus's heart is essentially just boarding in Sora's heart right
Sora's
now.
heart is a boarding house.
We fault him like
Hey,
10
we should be
minutes
glad
ago.
Shion hasn't come back yet.
Oh my god! Hold on, let me stop that bullshit. We
I literally
fault
was
him.
explaining this to my friend who knew nothing about Kingdom Hearts, and when I got onto the topic of Shion, I literally said, and then there's one character that I hope to fucking God is never in that fucking game ever again. And they were like, they just started busting out laughing, like, what are you, what's so wrong with it? Their name is Shion, and she better never be in another fucking Kingdom Hearts game again.
And then they're all gonna be back in 3.
The
'Cause
way,
that character is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
the way Dream Drop Distance vaguely implies it,
It
she
does
on
not. It does not. It does not. No, it does not.
Oh yeah, that's another.
kind of does.
No, it does
Never again.
Anyway,
I don't even understand why we have that, why that character should even exist in the first
Anyway,
place.
what I was going to say, we fought him like 10 minutes ago. This is padding right here. You are staring at the face of padding.
not. No, like I said, somebody in the development team said that you have to fight all the organization members twice. Even if it's back to back.
Even though you literally just fought him.
And there's only one room in this area that has a boss, that has an event, and it's Vexen again, because we've never been to this world.
Did you fight all of them twice, even in the Game Boy on the
Yes.
Yes.
Huh.
The only person you know now,
That's obviously a
Yeah.
holdover.
only
of the
on,
technical end.
only on Sora. On Riku, however, only fights them once, and he doesn't even do that because in the Game Boy version, there is not a boss. For the PS2 version side, there should be a boss. And that is Exion.
So about that Shion.
Hey, Shion was the only good boss in 358 over 2.
Jailbait. Somebody told Nomura that he didn't have jailbait in his organization. And he's like, but Larxene. And he's like,
Too
"Yeah,
old.
She could pass. She could be 18 for all we know." And they're like, well, well, fuck you. And then Nomura's like, you know, fuck you. Fuck you. You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna make
Oh
some
my
damn
god.
And then bam.
I made that mistake. I watched myself make that mistake, and then it was over. God damn it.
Fuck.
That's exactly what happened. Is that Nomura sat there and he was like, bam, there's your jail bait. Shion.
The best character.
Hey, at least Aqua is bait.
Well, now she's there. Well, actually,
No.
he
No,
implied.
she's not.
Yeah, he implied.
When it comes, she's not.
Oh no, he didn't say she wasn't.
Runs back to the development team. Hey, get that part out of there. Get
So
that part out of
when
there.
they when they made that at the end of the Frozen trailer, we see Aqua with the dark eyes, and you know everyone assumes the logical conclusion, since everyone else with yellow eyes is Xehanort, that she was Xehanort. And then
I'm just
he
pretty disturbed about it.
he said in an interview, "I'm not sure why people are so shocked. Aqua's falls to darkness, or something like that." And he's like, there are a lot more shocking twists in the actual game. And he made it, and the way he was,
SARS actually did.
and he didn't say, and people were basically like, well, I mean, why wouldn't he just say that she's a Xehanort? Like, obviously, he should know that people know what that implies.
Yeah, you got everybody looking for fucking X's and eyeballs now.
Yeah, there are people that have
I
basically.
feel like he's going to add X's to someone's eyes, like a fucking Disney character or something, just to troll people.
So
with that.
Xerneas is a Xehanort?
What? So what?
Xerneas is a Xehanort?
Xerneas is Xehanort.
Well, it is Z, so...
Xerneas was X, Carson.
Oh wait, yeah.
And it had X's in its eyes. And its entire symbolism is a giant X.
Said those two Sonic blades you try to do, fuck those.
So Xerneas is a Xehanort.
And in that, at the end of both the Frozen and the Pirates of the Caribbean trailer, that's when you... No, at the end of the Pirates of the Caribbean trailer is Riku and Riku. But at the end of the Frozen trailer, in that scene was Aqua. Is the Keyblade she's holding Wishing Star?
I don't know what it is.
It looks like Star and what you call it.
It looks like a weird Kingdom Key Star Seeker mix.
It's Mickey's.
But Mickey's is Wishing
No.
Star, and...
No, no.
His is Star Seeker,
Seeker.
but that's not the way Star Seeker normally looks.
Yeah.
Star Seeker has this weird curved look to it.
Oh man, it's Mickey's.
His was Starseeker. Mickey has King Key D now.
Is that the actual name of it?
Yes.
Fuck, I hate this series.
It's the King Key Dark.
And at least Mickey has the D.
Woo! I went to get the D, Star! Woo! He went to get the Dark World's key.
No, I know it was the Dark World Keyblade, but I forgot it was called the Kingdom PD. I thought it was just called
Jesus
like, Dark...
Christ!
It was... What the fuck was that?
He did
What
ice
the
it,
heck?
and I couldn't get it out.
hit stuff. He couldn't do anything.
I literally could not move,
A high Dark.
and I don't have any zeros. And
Yeah,
zeros don't fit in
That would be
this deck.
Star Seeker.
No, because do you not see the Keyblade?
I see it.
It
and I
literally
swear
looks like
it looks like the same.
It does not look the same.
It's Star
It's a
Seeker's...
different shape.
It's Star Seeker's texture on the Kingdom Key shape.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, updated Star Seeker.
Well, if Sora... No, if Riku has his Nissan key...
That's
His
dumb.
Nissan key,
Every
man.
I'm against Riku's new design. I'm against Riku's new Keyblade.
Get that Nissan key, Sean. Come on.
What? What?
No
Nomura finally...
Nissan Altima. Get it started up.
What?
Oh my god, he could get a Nissan Ultima because it's Final Fantasy.
Holy shit,
God.
this is the most elaborate cross-promotion ever!
Oh, fuck.
No.
You thought Final Fantasy was fancy with his wine. Well, Kingdom Hearts has a car.
This is the most elaborate
Tell us about
cross-promotion ever.
You buy that fucking car, you're gonna deny this.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we're all weaving
No,
buy that
no.
car.
So you see, Riku's gummy ship is a Nissan Ultima.
Stop giving them ideas.
It's just you're.
Don't put a car in Kingdom Hearts. Don't give him ideas.
Well, we all know it's
The
gonna
car will go off-road and fly.
What are you talking?
Don't give him ideas.
What are you talking about? We all know there's
Brian.
gonna be a Cars world.
Hey, Brian.
You see, it all makes sense. There's gonna be a Cars world.
No, somebody said something about how Kingdom Hearts gameplay can't be that good. I mean, I don't understand why people like Kingdom Hearts, blah, blah, blah. And I was sitting there, and I literally told them, I mean, it has to be something considering that we literally dumped everything about Final Fantasy just to put the gameplay into a Final Fantasy game. Because we literally admitted that we just don't know how to make action Final Fantasy and it be good. So we just made it Kingdom Hearts.
Square does a lot of stupid things, but Octopath Traveler actually looks kind of good.
Hey, that is an attack. I didn't even know he did that.
Hey!
I did not even know he did that.
The best part there is he didn't kill you with the basic swing. No, he killed you with the flashing, jump into the air and bop
This is my problem with the 3D version of this game. Attacks hit you, and I'm like, how did that hit me? Like, that's what happens half the time. At least in the Game Boy version, it was just undodgeable.
I just want to say, I didn't even know you could do that shit.
Like, I would rather,
that
at
was
this
an
point, I would rather the attack just be undodgeable. Because when he does stuff like that, I'm just
So back to Gummy Ship Ultima.
because at that point, I'm just kind of like, how did it not miss?
If Gummy Ship fights aren't 10 times more epic than Kingdom Hearts 2 Gummy Ship fights, I'm gonna be upset.
Wait! Ultima! Ultima Weapon! Final Fantasy! Keyblade! Crap! I see what you bastards did!
Son of a bitch, it all
If
works.
Lethal Frames not in Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm gonna be upset.
He has to drive the Nissan Ultima because there's always the Ultima Weapon.
But like I said, what about the Cars
They're gonna-
world?
they're gonna-
How does this all apply to a Cars world?
We're going to sit there and we're going to make abilities, right? And abilities are just gonna we're gonna have combo abilities,
With
right? And you can only set certain ones.
What a Cars world?
And so you got
Oh,
your
my
stop the combo abilities, and the finisher to the stop the combo. It's lethal frame. If it's not in there, I'm gonna be upset.
You and that lethal frame.
And like I said, if by the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora isn't doing what Lingering Will does, I'm gonna be upset.
But
'Cause I
Sora,
don't care about these Kingdom Hearts Keyblade transformations if they don't do what Lingering Will does.
but Sora
Lingering
isn't.
Will does all this bullshit.
But Sora isn't a Keyblade master. He can't do half the cool shit.
Neither is Terra. He failed.
He has a point. So he has a point.
Yeah,
he's
Terra-
not wrong.
Yeah, Terra is kind of a college dropout in this universe.
I will concede this.
If anything, I should expect Aqua to be doing more shit than Terra.
Even though being a Keyblade master.
Hey, maybe
And
that's,
all I'm asking is that Sora be Lingering Will.
hey, maybe that's how they designed the game. They literally made the design and they put it against the Lingering Will because they were just gonna make a mid-game Aqua boss be as hard as Lingering Will, but it's not gonna be hard because of the mechanics because it became R3.
Oh god, that game's super bosses are going to be a cluster plot.
Even though what does
Man,
Link?
if I had this card in that boss fight, we'd be fine.
What does his card do?
It's all
Auto
alive.
life.
Even though Lingering Will,
Alright, guys.
like,
It's done now.
also, what do the Keyblade masters do anyway?
What do you mean? They just stand there and be Keyblade masters. You just look at Yen Sid. His name spelled backwards is his name.
Because Yen Sid was all, forget everything you two
I'm
know.
waiting for Yen Sid to pick his face up and have yellow eyes and say the time has finally come. because he was a Keyblade master at one point.
What are the powers of a Keyblade master? Because I'm not
Whatever
noticing.
the fuck the plot needs him to be.
Apparently Yen Sid can drop you into
They can drop
The
you
dream
into
world.
dream worlds and send you back to the past and shit.
And then Riku.
So I want to point out that none of okay, I want to point out everybody, they didn't even think all this through because Vexen was just killed by Axel. But he comes back in his human form.
I came to stop you from talking
What's
too
your point?
much.
He did.
He should have because he wasn't beat by the Keyblade.
Vexen did, none of these. That means none of these nobodies came back because they're heartless and nobody happened to be killed.
And this is why, once again, when you get the game, everybody, when you get the game, and you play Kingdom Hearts 3, just ignore the story. Just play the gameplay. Just ignore the story, play the gameplay. Also, I love how Axel just has the power to just, like, explode people.
For that matter, Axel also is not killed by the Keyblade. Axel literally sacrifices himself in Kingdom Hearts 2.
But he...
But he becomes a Keyblade.
I wonder about that myself.
You're not doing this story any favors.
I never said it was.
Hold on, I can come up with a worse example, I'm sure. How does Lexor die? Now he gets killed by Sora.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. And the question of the day is, did you guys know about those James Bond facts we started talking about? I personally love how blatantly homophobic and sexist those facts are. You can tell that the writer of the James Bond novels was an old white guy. But anyway, I would really love to know what you guys think. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments below, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you liked my video, please hit the like button and leave some comments. If you're new to my channel and want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscription button and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please ring the bell next to the subscription button. That gives you the proper notifications of whenever I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. Doing all of these things really helps out the channel and it really helps our communities grow. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time.